Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's healing session. We are officially in Taurus season, which means today's session is going to be a zodiac and planetary transit inspired Reiki session, just so we can use and adapt to the ever-changing energies in our space. And Taurus season is ironically a little bit chaotic, I would say, considering it is a pretty grounded sign, but there's just so much going on with the planets alone, like this week. So many changes, and in like the planetary chart, they're kind of like all bunched together on one side. Throughout the week, they're all huddling in a group, which it's going to be intense, but you know, rest assured we will get through this. If you really like today's video, I put part 2s up on the Patreon. It's just a little bit more of the planetary transits. We're gonna go through 3 different ones here, and I'll do 3 other ones on my Patreon, so check that out if you want to see it, or just in case if you're interested in any of the other tiers. I do tarot readings, collective picker cards there as well, and I have my Patreon shop where I have my ebook with Shadowwork prompts if you want to go a little bit deeper into your emotional healing, or if you're more interested in some physical healing, I have a guided meditation to heal your body while you sleep. Or if you are more interested in working closely with me, either one-on-one sessions in Reiki or tarot readings are also a optional form. Sometimes I'm like, how should I say these things? But you know, you can work closely with me if you like how I teach, how I go about things, how I do my sessions. So many infinite options. So have fun checking that out, and happy to be working with you closely. The first planet we're gonna go a little bit more deeper in is going to be Mercury in Aries, and the first one is being more assertive and direct. I'm gonna use here a carnelian, which is a action-oriented crystal, and it's just gonna help us with being more assertive towards our dreams. That's here where I want to focus it on, as well as taking aligned actions instead of just dreaming and hoping for things to happen and change. You know, taking the aligned action to even invoke it, as well as direct. And this can be so many different things, I would say. For some of you, it can be more direct with the people around you, and for other people, it might be even being more direct with yourself, like, what exactly do I want? I'm going to bring that energy now down to your sacral chakra, because this is where we feel our emotions. I actually want to take that energy into the chakra, kind of like have it explode throughout the whole of the body. So it feels like every little inch in our energetic field is covered. So let's expanding it out to your energetic field. And out into the universe and your outer outer reality. I'm gonna be repeating this a few times. In a way, we're kind of like starting planting that seed in our mind and bringing it into the body. So it's kind of like a muscle memory type of deal. Next we have improved communication. Gonna be working here in your throat just to make it more comfortable for you to vocalize everything that it needs, strengthening your vocal cords, making it easier for you to speak up, whatever it is, feelings, ideas. I want to expand that area a little bit, you know, so that the more you practice communicating, the easier it gets every single time, and you feel less of that like closing up of the throat. Raising that confidence that we need in order to communicate perfectly. In Aries also brings out our solution-oriented side. It's a little bit more of a masculine energy, and here I want to focus on that even if a problem occurs, that the solution comes easy to you, but also that you don't feel the need to be constantly in your masculine energy. I kind of like have a feeling that this Taurus season is going to be super active, like so many things are going to be going on. April in itself was already like a really busy month. I don't know if any one of you noticed it. Let me know in the comment section down below. Even though it was like only 30 days, I feel like this month alone was like almost half a year with just so many things coming in and out. So I want us to have a perfect balance as well between the masculine and the feminine energy, so that it's an easier switch between one or the other. I'm going to be using here a blue lace agate. Focus here specifically on your mind area. That whenever you notice that something is being a little bit more difficult or everything, then you don't have to fight for the solution. It just comes really natural to you. Here again, like the balance between the feminine and masculine energy. The feminine is all about flow, and the masculine is all about resolving things. So, you know, with the perfect balance, the solution will come to you quickly, and you can get it done. And then, you know, it's just not being constantly like, oh my god, I need to solve this, and stressing way too much about it. Just being really calm about it, which blue lace agate is also a calming crystal. Going to press that a little bit deeper. Since we are in Taurus season, it makes sense that the energies that we are mostly going to be seeing is earth element based. I want to focus a little bit on that. The first one being increased creation, and here there can be many different things that this can apply to. It could be actually creativity, so you're gonna be more inspired for your hobbies. Or you can look at it from a manifesting perspective, that it's going to be just easier for you to manifest, since so many high energies are basically bustling around you. Just want to increase that, raise the vibration here. going to be fluffing up a little bit your inspiration in case you had a creative block. Next up is easier organization, and I feel like a little bit what makes it difficult to be less organized is lack of self-discipline and kind of like procrastination at some point. So instead of focusing on like making you more organized, I think I want to swipe away your procrastination from your mind. Being organized also has a little bit to do with self-discipline. So, start with small things and build your way up. One way is to have a routine that you can follow. I want to really focus here on being gentle with you, because sometimes we are so harsh upon ourselves without even realizing it. Oftentimes in today's age with social media, we tend to compare ourselves with other people, especially productivity-wise. Keep in mind that your life is different from the ones that you see, and that what you do every day is good enough. You don't have to be overly productive like the other people that are showing their lives. It works with them, and it doesn't mean it has to work for you as well. To have every single day jam-packed like their schedule maybe. Lastly, on the elemental energy, we're going to be grounding you, and I'm going to use a tiger sign. I'm going to put this between your feet or legs, depending if you're sitting on a chair or at the bed, and instead of the usual, I want to try something different. I'm going to tap it on the floor to kind of like keep you bound to the grounded energy in a way, instead of you being all over in your head, floating around with so many things you need to do, so many things you have to organize. This way we're just kind of like gonna be anchoring you through it. I'm gonna start with this at your crown chakra, going down to your third eye, your throat. This way we kind of like with a needle starting at the top of your head, bring it down to the body. This is how we gonna secure you to that grounded energy. Your heart chakra, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your root chakra, and we go down. Now that we have kind of like glued you in a way to the grounded state, especially if you're someone that's constantly in your head and you feel like you can't break out of this, it's gonna help you stay more grounded, especially also be more in touch with your body instead of just always spending time with your head, which is gonna bring down any excess energy. Sending it down into the earth for it in a way to be recycled. Our last transit, we're gonna have Pluto in the 6th house, and I found that a little bit interesting and decided to peek a little bit closer to those energies. The first one being increase of our transformative energy. I really like that because for the past few months I feel like that's really a recurring theme. 2024 is even heavier on the transformation part. I'm gonna use a snow quartz here. That's gonna help support the transformations we're going through, kind of like smoothing it a little bit so that they don't feel as chaotic as sometimes maybe. Goes really well with the grounding that we just did, so this transition may feel kind of like it's passing by you, that you don't really notice it much. I still have the tiger's eye between your feet, kind of like balance that out a little bit as well. Focus here real quick on your crown chakra so that we get any information that we need during our transformation. A little bit more guidance if that is what you call for. Going down to your third eye, so that you see those changes that need to be done. Maybe if you feel like something is repeating the pattern, but you just can't figure out what do I need to change, so that you can see it a little bit from a different perspective and realize, okay, I now know what it is that I need. And bring that connection, strengthening it a little bit, redefining. Being called a little bit to expand that energy and bring down a little bit of the energy of your higher self into you, so that it's easier for you to receive little intuitive nudges that you need for aligned actions during this Taurus season. The next is support in our growth. And here I just want to focus on you just fully relaxing into it and allowing yourself to be supported during this change. Maybe support from family members, your close friends, maybe even your animals if you have some. Support from the universe, your spirit guides. And lastly, we're gonna let go of control and be more in flow. I'm gonna use here a rhodonite, which is a really romantic crystal, and the reason for choosing this, I just noticed that the more I'm in love with life, the easier it is to let go and not trying to control every little thing. And romanticizing life is really a big thing. I noticed that helped me a lot. Like even just lighting a candle is just like such a mood changer, or just certain chores with some music. I feel like this is the exact energy that the collective needs in order to let go. I want to focus but here on your heart chakra, just to invoke this feeling of being in love with life, like having so much fun every single day with little mundane tasks. Like even I'm personally someone that never really had an interest in cooking until last year, and sometimes it feels like a task, but then at the end of the day I think to myself, I get to nourish my body with really yummy meals, and that alone makes it so much more fun. And you know, you can make up little different scenarios, you know, like you're on a cooking show or something like that. Whatever gets like the fantasy going for you. So I'm just gonna open it up, that heart chakra, a little bit before I go into it with the crystal. Just gonna be taking the energy from the heart chakra and expanding it all over the body. So you just feel that love coursing through your veins, kind of like taking over your body and mind. One of my favorite sentences is "I love love," and that really applies to life as well, in my opinion. So I kind of like want that to seep into your energy as well. Because there's so many little things to be happy about. If you need, for example, a little bit of a pick-me-up story is on Sunday when I went to throw out the trash. And we have recycling bins basically at every corner of the street. So I went to the one down the street where I live, and there was this little tiny grey bluish pit bull, and it was the cutest dog I have ever seen. The dog was just so fascinated by watching me throw away my cardboard stuff and everything and papers, and like that instantly made my day so good. And I kept thinking about the dog multiple times throughout the day, and you know, so even like tasks like that can be a really fun experience. Passing that energy through every single chakra. Finishing off with a aura of love. Now you're nice and ready for this Taurus season. I'm excited to hear about your stories down in the comment section. Let me know what you look forward to the most during this season. And I will see you guys in our next session. Goodbye everyone.